Playoffs? Playoffs? Talking about playoffs? That's the best I could do. All right, let's talk Lions football.
Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
And then the flag that was thrown on this was picked up.
I don't know, did it get the face man?
Only do that if you're telling the official you're reporting.
The Lions Hangover.
Welcome back to another episode of the Lions Hangover podcast. I am Brad. Don't forget you can find me on all social medias. That's X, Instagram, and Facebook. And also, please, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe, follow, rate the show, and share it with a friend. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to do something with my life, and it involves this instead of working for a living. Lions lose a heartbreaker today. Thanksgiving, more like not Thanksgiving. I'm full of jokes today. The final score was 31-24. Lions looked, I would say, mostly pitiful all day. The Packers looked mediocre. The Packers looked like another team that were very beatable, and the Lions just couldn't get out of their own way. There was a trick play where Montgomery threw to Goff, and he dropped it. There was a crucial fourth down where Goff threw it to J-Mo, and J-Mo dropped it. And, of course, you could have kicked for the 3 points, which would have come in handy later in the game. There's just a bunch of things that aren't going the way the Lions need them to go. They were without Graham Glasgow. They were without Sam Laporta, obviously Sam Laporta, but they were also without Brock Wright. I honestly thought the tight ends that were there played fine. I liked the extra attention that Isaac Tesla got. Hey, that extra A is there. You might as well pronounce it. Right? The pass to J-Mo was a little bit behind him, but that doesn't matter. Overall, the coaching was mediocre. There was some clock management at the end of the half that I was a little bit concerned about. The refs were not spectacular. Specifically for me, the timeout and the offsides call that led to the touchdown on the or the false start call that led to the touchdown on the very next play. That clearly was a false start and not a timeout. And if you watch Matt LaFleur's press conference, that also confirms that. As far as the touchdown goes, that looked like he just had one leg in. For me, it's a touchdown. It looks like even if it is a split second, his right leg was down when the ball hit his hands, and then he gets the left foot down. And then also, by the time he's hit, his right leg comes down again out of bounds. But if you watch it in real time, it looks like perhaps just one leg was in bounds. And there was another first down call later on that was a very similar situation where it looked like he was out of bounds. But again, his right leg was down just for half a second when you catch the ball, and then the left leg goes down shortly after, and then he was out of bounds on that. That was for the out of bounds call. The Lions are in trouble here, though. They dropped to 7-5. Now they're putting themselves in a position where they're going to require a little bit of help from the rest of the teams. They've pretty much said goodbye to winning the NFC North this year. And now their playoff hopes are dwindling, to put it politely. They still have a chance to make it in there, but they can't. I'm not convinced how many games they got left, but they can't lose more than one more game. They're probably going to lose to the Rams. They're probably going to finish, if they get their crap together, they're probably going to finish 11-6. Hopefully that's going to be good enough for the playoffs. But we'll probably have, we'll be on the road every single game if we're going to do it, which, again, I'm okay with. Doesn't matter to me. It's tough right now, man. It's tough. I thought Tom Kennedy did okay. I really like seeing Isaac Tesla involved. JMO, I thought for the most part had a good day, other than that drop, that crucial drop, fourth down catch. Gibbs was solid. Not as solid as we needed him to be. Montgomery was solid. Of course, we lost St. Brown. It sounds like he's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks. Again, though, it's time for JMO and Tesla to shine. I don't know what Khalif Raymond's situation is, but we're going to lean on the receivers that we have. I thought Tom Kennedy did just fine, though. Tom Kennedy did just fine. Tesla did just fine. Like, he can catch. And there was one time he was wide open in the middle, I think, or maybe it was the tight end. Man, I can't think of the tight end's name. He had that weird name. I'll get it in a little second when we do stats. But it just, I waited a little bit to do this, and now I'm just trying to think over my head of what else I wanted to say. I don't want to blame the refs, because at the end of the day, you have to play better. You have to keep yourself out of a position where the refs can ruin the game for you. But that missed false start definitely led to a touchdown for the Packers. That would have been a field goal. That would have changed the game. Definitely, the Lions haven't converted a fourth down in, 2 weeks now? And maybe 3 weeks? Yeah, it's 3 weeks now. Did they convert? We'll find out later if they converted a fourth down today. Regardless, they need to change their aggressive approach. You have to take points when you can get points. And don't be afraid to take points when you can get points. It's not about being aggressive. It's about being a smart head coach. And a lot of times you should be aggressive and not punt the ball away. And sometimes you need to be aggressive and not kick a field goal. However, don't be silly about it. Like, don't be afraid. You have kickers for a reason. Like, use them. They're weapons. You can use them to your advantage. You need to. So I hope this is something that Dan Campbell can figure out. It's hard, though, because in your head you're thinking, man, I would have taken the points here. But then if JMO catches that ball, you're like, sweet. And if JMO scores a touchdown, you're like, hell yeah. So it's always about hindsight is going to be 20/20. You just want what's best for the team, and you trust your coach to make those decisions. And lately it has not been paying off for him, but that's what got him to this point. So you can't expect him to be too much different, but you can't just keep running your head into a wall either. Like, sooner or later, you have to change your behavior if you want a different result. Like, you just can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting the same result. So it's a bummer, man. It's a bummer. It was a tough game. We definitely needed to win it. And this is coming off of the news that Frank Ragnow is coming back, which is unbelievable. I wonder if this loss will expedite his return, because now the Dallas game is just a little bit more important. It's going to be a tough road. And I'm also curious what Frank Ragnow's return is going to look like. Does he just want to play out the rest of the season? If that's the case, he needs to come back ASAP, because if we lose to Dallas, we are highly likely not to make the playoffs. So at that point, it's like, why are you even coming back? So is he coming back long term? Did he just need some time off? Like, what's the plan here? Now, my personal opinion, I don't care if he does this next year either. Honestly, if he just needs 3 months off, 3 extra months off of football to get healthy and come back and play the last 6 games of the season, I'm down with that, man. We just need Frank Ragnow. Honestly, we just need him so bad. And I'm so bummed I didn't say that earlier. I was thinking it too. I was like, why don't we just offer Frank Ragnow a bag of money and see if he'll come back? And then, boom, the next day, he's coming back. He's coming out of retirement. So that's good news. Very good news. Very excited about that. I am thankful for that on this Thanksgiving Day. But, however, I hope it's not too little too late. He's going to make an impact. And the thing is, with Frank Ragnow, you're essentially getting 2 players. Because what's going to happen now is you get your all-pro center, right, which we don't have right now. And then you can either kick Glasgow to left guard, which he didn't play that great at left guard last season. So do you move him to right guard and bring Ratledge over to left guard and see how he does? But regardless, even if it's Glasgow who struggled or Ratledge, who we don't know how he'll do at left guard, it's still going to be an improvement over Coyote Awoshika. Oh, man, I wish I could say it. Awoshika. Yes, because every time you saw Jared Goff on the ground or you saw Jahmyr Gibbs stuffed in the backfield or you saw David Montgomery stuffed in the backfield, the person to blame was almost always Awoshika. I think it was Taylor Decker one time. And there was also a couple of the sacks, at least one was Jared Goff's fault. He had somebody open. This is what I'm talking about. Near the end of the game, he had somebody open in the end zone, and he took the sack instead. I think it was, And Micah Parsons is a problem. You have to account for Micah Parsons. And it was Micah Parsons' last sack. Goff had somebody open in the middle of the field, and he was looking to the right. I think he was looking to J-Mo. I can't remember if it was the tight end or if it was Tesla that was wide open in the middle of the field, in the end zone nonetheless. And that's where it's Goff's fault, because I was watching the replay, and I was like, throw the ball now, throw the ball now, throw the ball now, throw the ball now, and then boom, got sacked by Micah Parsons. And if you can get 4 throw the ball nows in there before you get sacked, then that's on you, the quarterback. You're just not looking through your progressions. And you can't just target one guy the entire time. And for the love of God, could we get some pump fakes too? Do something. I don't want to just bash Jared Goff, though. He played practically well enough to win. But the part that I love the most was he actually ran the ball today. And he actually looked like he knew how to run. And he got 24 yards rushing today. That was an amazing play. I'm happy he did it. It was a smart play. He probably could have done it once or twice more. But nonetheless, it was a fantastic run. And he didn't look like he had bricks for shoes. So I think those My Cleats it really helped out Jared Goff today, because I was impressed. I was like, holy hell, look at this guy run. He had speed that I hadn't seen before. There it goes. He probably hit about 16 miles an hour today. That was pretty impressive. Good for you, Jared Goff. I mean, he wasn't going to outrun most people on the field, but he definitely ran faster than he typically runs in a game. So, with that said, enough babbling. Let me get to the story of the game. We'll throw in 2 highlights. I don't want to do all 3 touchdowns because they weren't all sexy. And then we'll get to the stats, and I'll get you guys out of here in a hurry. All right, so the Packers start the game with scoring. They get the ball first. They kick a 45-yard field goal from Brandon McManus. Lions go 3 and out on their first drive. Surprise, surprise. But the Packers go 3 and out on their next drive. Then the Lions go 5 and out on their next drive. Then there is a touchdown from the Packers. This is a 22-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Love to Mr. Wicks. That makes the score 10-0. Then the Lions get a touchdown after a 10-play, 65-yard drive. This is the touchdown to David Montgomery. Then the Packers come back and score another touchdown. This time it is to Romeo Doubs, 2 yards. Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs for 2 yards, and that makes the score 17-7. Then the Lions get a touchdown on their next drive. That is after a 7-play, 65-yard drive. They scored this one in a hurry. It is a 22-yard touchdown pass to J-Mo.
Create a little space. Blitz, they give Williams. He breaks a tackle. Jameson Williams! How did he do that? Touchdown, Lions! Out of bodies. We're pressuring Jared Goff. Audibles to the quick screen. Valentine misses it. And if you miss a tackle, he's out the gates. No laces. He doesn't need them. tight enough spiral to get it to Williams quick enough where he can accelerate into the defense.
So that makes the score 17-14, and then that ends the half. So coming out, the Lions get the ball started in the second half, and they go 7 plays and turn the ball over on downs. Next, 2 plays later, a touchdown from the Green Bay Packers. This is a 51-yard touchdown pass to Mr. Watson. Lions get the ball next. That makes the score 24-14. Lions get the ball next. They score a touchdown, 5 plays, 71 yards. This time it's a 17-yard touchdown pass to the rookie sensation, Isaac Tesla.
Here's a fake. Goff can't find anyone else. Throws, and it's caught for a touchdown. Isaac Tesla, the rookie. Tesla's going across, and he stops in the middle. He kind of looks. Williams is back there, too. The distribution's way off. But because he had a lot of time in the pocket, Goff was able to stand there and just wait for Tesla.
I always feel like Pauly Shore on that one. What's up, buddy? Isaac Tesla. All right. If you guys are old enough to know that reference, I'm sure you laughed with me. That makes the score 24-21. Then the Green Bay Packers score after 9 plays in 72 yards. This time it's a 1-yard touchdown pass to Mr. Wicks from Jordan Love. Lions have the ball. Next drive, start of the fourth quarter, 11 plays, 53 yards, 5 minutes. They turn the ball over on downs. That sucks. I think that was the, let's see, who was incompletion? Jared Goff incompletes to JMO. To the right side. I think that's the one where that was the fourth down where maybe he should have kicked the field goal first. I can't remember. I don't know if that's where it was. I think it was. Anyway, that could have been the drop. Then the Packers go 3 and out, which is what we needed. And then the Lions go 13 plays, 67 yards, 6 minutes off the clock with a Jake Bates field goal. That was good from 31 yards. Now, Lions have a chance to get the ball back, but they have to use their timeouts wisely, and they have to come up huge with defensive stops, and they do not do that. Instead, there was a crucial 16-yard pass from Jordan Love. Hutchinson was in on the play with a pressure, and Aleem McNeil was there with also half a pressure as well. And as we like to say with QB rushes and QB pressures, those are the woulda, coulda, shoulda stats of the NFL. Those are good for nothing. I don't want to hear about how many pressures a defensive player has, or how many QB hurries a defensive player has, or how many QB hits a player has. What I want, and I can't stress this enough, I want sacks, I want forced fumbles, I want fumble recoveries, and I want blocked passes. Those are the stats I want from my defensive linemen. I don't want to hear about hurries and hits anymore. I don't care. I don't care. Those stats mean nothing. All right. Now that I'm cooled down about that, let's check out the stats for the game, starting with the bad guys. Jordan Love went 18 of 30 for 234 yards. Honestly, I don't think he played a great game. Unfortunately, 4 of those 18 passes ended up in the end zone, which gives him a 124.2 quarterback rating. Josh Jacobs, who I thought was injured, thanks ChatGPT for being a liar again, ran the ball 17 times for 83 yards. And then there's a bunch of other guys that have a few rushes. Jordan Love gets credit for 5 rushes, but he only had 4 yards total. Now, Dontavian Wicks, he had 6 catches for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Christian Watson had 4 catches, 80 yards with a touchdown. Romeo Doubs, 4 catches, 20 yards and a touchdown. And Luke Musgrave, 1 catch for 23 yards. No touchdown for him. Now, Jordan Love gets credit for a fumble and a recovery. Romeo Doubs gets credit for a fumble, but Mr. Rasheed Walker had that fumble as well. Now, the top 5 tacklers for the Packers: Isaiah McDuffie had 12 total, 7 solo. Evan Williams had 9 total, 3 solo. Micah Parsons had 8 total, 4 solo, 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for losses. Edgerrin Cooper had 8 tackles, 2 solo, and Kayshawn, Nixon, 7 tackles, 7 solo. Now, the other half sack went to Kingsley Enagbari, so for a total of 3 sacks on Jared Goff. Brandon McManus was 1 for 1 on a field goal, 45 yards. and he was 4 for 4 on those extra points. And their punter, Daniel Whelan, punted the ball twice for 134 yards. His average was 67 yards. He was not inside the 20 once. He did have one touchback. Now let's talk about the losers of the day, who are still my heroes. Jared Goff went 20 of 26 for 256 yards with 2 touchdowns, sacked 3 times, finished with a quarterback rating of 132.9. Jahmyr Gibbs ran the ball 20 times for 68 yards. David Montgomery ran the ball 8 times for 32 yards and a touchdown. Jared Goff, Mr. Wheels, Vanilla Vic, carried the ball 1 time for 24 yards. Now, receptions, J-Mo caught the ball 7 times for 144 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest was 44 yards. Tom Kennedy had 4 catches for 36 yards. Isaac Tesla, I'm never going to stop doing that, caught the ball twice for 17.5 yards. And Jahmyr Gibbs caught the ball 3 times for 18 yards. And for good measure, let's throw in David Montgomery, 2 catches for 16 yards. It was Anthony Ferkser, the tight end, had 1 catch for 4 yards. Now, this is the guy that I believe was open in the middle of the field, number 86. I can't confirm that. I'd have to watch it again, but he was definitely open. David Montgomery gets credit for a fumble. Jared Goff gets credit with the recovery. Oh, yeah, that was the lateral pass. That was a trick play. That was an easy catch, easy pass to catch. Defensively, top 5 tacklers on the board for the Lions. Brian Branch had 10 total tackles, 7 solo. Alex Anzalone had 9 tackles, 5 solo. Jack Campbell, 9 tackles, 5 solo. Aiden Hutchinson, 6 tackles, 3 solo. And Terrion Arnold, welcome back, 4 catches, 4 solo. Not a single goddamn sack. This Lions pass rush needs to step it up. They need to step it up, and they only have 1 tackle for loss on the day, and that was by Mr. Alex Anzalone. Hey, there are two QB hits on the day, Mr. Tyleek Williams and Mr. Aleem McNeil. Doesn't matter, though. Those were probably completed passes. Those QB hits don't amount to anything, so I don't care about those. I thought Tom Kennedy did a good job at returning kicks. Maybe he is the spark that the Lions need on special teams. Jake Bates was 1 for 1 on field goals. His longest was 31 yards and 3 for 3 on extra points. And Jack Fox punted the ball twice for 85 yards, and he was inside the 21 time. Let's check out team stats real quick. Lions had 20 first downs. Packers had 18. Packers went 3 for 3 on 4th down. And the Lions went, you guessed it, 0 for 2. So they have not converted a 4th down, which is what they do. Those are, let's see, that's 8 turnovers. No, that's 9. They went 0 for 5 3 weeks ago. They went 0 for 2 last week, and then they went 0 for 2 this week. So that is 9. They're 0 for 9 in their last 3 games on 4th down. So that's 9 times they've turned the ball over, and I'm assuming what is decent field position for the opposition. Now, the Packers were 2 for 2 in the red zone. The Lions were 2 for 3 in the red zone. The Packers were penalized 3 times for 20 yards. The Lions were penalized 5 times for 22 yards. But it's the penalties that were not called, or there was some confusion on the timeout. We know the deal with that. Attendance today at Ford Field was 66,662. You guys probably thought I was going to say 66, didn't you? Yeah. Devil worshiping game. It would have made more sense. So that's it for all the stats, all the highlights that I have. I guess my closing thoughts are the Lions are now in must-win situations. They have the Cowboys coming up Thursday Night Football next week. Check that out on Amazon Prime if you got it. If not, who can blame you? But I feel like everybody has Amazon Prime nowadays. It's a fantastic deal, and I'm not even brought to you by Amazon. But why not get free overnight shipping? I don't want to talk about Amazon Prime anymore. This is starting to sound like a commercial. Anyway, Lions play the Cowboys. Cowboys are not a joke, okay? They should be a team we can beat. And the Lions are going to need to play with some sort of fire, some sort of enthusiasm that they've been lacking. They still seem to be unorganized. They still look lost on the field, offensively and defensively. I don't quite understand what is happening. They need some sort of spark. Hopefully Frank Ragnow is that spark when he comes back. Hopefully he can come back against Dallas. I don't know if there's some rule against it. or if they've just like pinpointed the LA Rams game, like, hey, this will be the game that he comes back to. I don't know. Hopefully he can come back sooner, because the sooner he can provide a spark to a much needed, oh my God, I don't even want to say it and jinx it, but how horrible would it be if he got injured in his first game back? That would suck so bad. Okay, maybe I'll erase that. Let's wipe that from our memory. It's going to be tough. Lions must win. They have to figure out how to be more consistent and balanced on offense, which I believe starts with that offensive line. So, hey, come back next week, Mr. Frank Ragnow. Next week. Defensively, I don't know if they need to fire a defensive line coach. I'm definitely not to the point where I feel like they need to fire Calvin Pritchett at all. But at the same time, you need to start generating actual, meaningful defensive statistics. We need Kirby Joseph back. Is that going to happen or not? There's too much inconsistency on defense. We need Hutchinson to be the player he was before he signed a huge contract. And I'm not saying he sucks, but his production is not there. You still see him flapping his arms and running around the field. You're still not seeing the results of his hard work. We need Ali McNeil to step up and start stopping runs, and we need whoever the hell is on the opposite side of Hutchinson to start doing something with their lives. Marcus Davenport, I don't care. Al-Quadin Muhammad, who I saw out there, has disappeared. Mr. Lopez, do something. We need more help on the opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson, and this needs to be addressed. Other than that, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, guys. This one is a little bit of a downer, but this is what you get after the Lions lose on Thanksgiving Day. I think they are 2-84 on Thanksgiving Day. I don't blame the country for not wanting to watch us on this day. Even the last few years that we've had success, we still seem to suck on Thanksgiving. So I don't know why we get worked up over it. Other than that, I'll be back probably Monday with another preview, Monday or Tuesday with another preview game for the Dallas Cowboys. I hope you all join me for that. Of course, that is audio only, so you'll have to find that wherever you get your podcasts. And then, as always, I will be back after the game for the post-game show. I'll be in attendance to that game, so I might not get to that till Friday morning. And you guys will just have to deal with it. You're not going to watch this till Friday morning anyway. There's nobody on Thanksgiving that's like, where the hell is Brad's video at? All right, I'm talking to myself now. You guys have a good rest of your night. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody enjoyed their food and fixins, even if the game was not that entertaining. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.